What up, Space Fam? Goes in here from AnimeUproar to talk about the latest developments in the Black Clover story. We got some crazy twists and turns in this one, so make sure to stay tuned for that. If you enjoy seeing these Black Clover chapter reviews and want to keep them coming, the best you can do is show some love for Black Clover by smashing that like button and sharing this video. Let's see if we can get 4,000 likes on this one. If you haven't, be sure to subscribe, and this is crucial, ring that notification bell or you will miss future Black Clover chapter reviews. Keep in mind there will be spoilers in this video. We are talking about the latest chapter, chapter 253 after all. Now without further ado, let's jump into it. We start where we left off last chapter with Noelle's new epic form. This chapter is called Bloodshed, but the million-dollar question is, who will be losing the blood? Just the evil demon lady, or our justice and revenge-seeking mage ladies too? Whatever happens, we're told from the beginning that we'll get some serious action in this one. Noelle's waterbending has definitely reached new heights. She stabbed Vonica with her water lance, but Vonica only smiles her evil demonic smile, clearly not worried by the new upgrade she's seen. Although, we gotta love the mermaid theme of this power-up. It makes a lot of sense, and I like the way Tabata handled the design. Vonica is clearly messed up, like those OP villains who get excited when someone actually puts up a challenge because they're so used to wrecking everyone that they are forever bored. Seeing someone that can actually get some hits in on them raises the possibility of escaping from that boredom, which is exciting. Noelle seems worried by this reaction after what should have been a moment where epic music played and a new power-up wrecked an overconfident enemy. We end up with the enemy telling Noelle not to die too fast. Imagine giving it your best shot, using your trump card, teaming up with a princess and the spirit of water, becoming a frickin' mermaid or merman if you're Zoolander, and after all that, your opponent just laughs and politely asks you not to die too fast. That's clearly not a fun position to be in. Vonica starts increasing her demon percentage, increasing her power and magic in the process. Keep in mind, because of Princess Lolo's water spell, Vonica's blood magic is significantly weakened and has trouble solidifying, but our princess is still shocked by how much power Vonica can still muster. It's also pointed out that ordinary attacks really won't be enough to defeat Vonica, and I feel like that's an understatement. We need to bring out the biggest of the big guns in this kind of situation. Last chapter, Noelle's Sea Dragon's Roar spell, the one that shocked everyone when she initially used it, did nothing to Vonica. What we need at this point is Super Shenron's Roar to hurt this woman. We see Noelle expertly maneuvering through the water at an impressive speed. It's great to see how far she's come since back in the day when she couldn't even control her water magic. We get another view of Noelle where Tabata is clearly showcasing her new mermaid form, and I love to see how she even has water bracelets and stuff in this form. Noelle is clearly in her domain. She can't hope for better conditions than this for her magic type, but Vonica just keeps on laughing like a madwoman, the whole time unfazed. These mages with demon powers all seem pretty messed up. People complain that Asta was crazy and loud, but he seems pretty normal compared to these maniacs. Vonica is like the Joker on steroids, so annoying that her eventual defeat is going to be oh so sweet. For now though, Vonica just keeps powering up. At 51% demon power, just 1% more than she was just at, she's drastically stronger. Noelle can't help but be surprised at her surging power level. Noelle tries to sort of make Vonica feel guilty here, saying that all Vonica cares about is filling her own desires. However, Vonica just laughs and ups her demon power to 52%. Now we get an emphasis on the revenge aspect of this battle. Noelle brings up how Megicula killed her mother Asie Silva, someone that even Mereoleona had trouble beating. There's so much building up here for a satisfying revenge story that I may have to include it in my next installment of my best revenge moments in anime. We have how annoying Vonica is, how powerful she is, how overconfident she is. We got to see a new upgrade from Noelle, and we have revenge for an OP dead parent thrown into the mix as well. It's checking off many epic revenge criteria already, and it isn't even over. Back to the fight though. Vonica just keeps on increasing that demon percentage. She ups it up to 53% and sends an attack at Noelle that looks devastatingly powerful. What's worse, Vonica says she doesn't even know who Asie is. She doesn't care about the past, she just wants to enjoy right now, the present moment. I find it funny how usually living in the present moment is a good thing, because people are usually regretting the past or worrying about a future problem that may never come. But here, the evil, crazy villain is spouting off that philosophy. It's interesting, and I still don't know what to make of that. But I suppose she takes it to a dangerous extreme where she doesn't take responsibility for any of her actions and she throws morality out of the window, which is a huge no-no. We then jump to Asta fangirl number 2, Mimosa, and her creepy simp of an opponent. As long as Vanica is alive, this dude is practically immortal and he'll just keep trying to do weird things. Mimosa looks like she's in a bind and she's sweating from exhaustion, but interestingly enough, she's still confident. She says that they train to beat people like gross tongue simp. Then we get a shared thought between Noelle and Mimosa, revealing their motivations. Yes, they want to save the world, and yes, Noelle wants to avenge her mother, but there's more to their motivation. Flashback time, engage, and we see the 3 female musketeers talking. Our 2 Clover Kingdom girls are praising Princess Lolo for making them stronger. We got more characterization for the princess. She's clearly talented, so talented that Noelle says modesty looks like sarcasm on her. However, the princess definitely has a deep insecurity, a kind of imposter syndrome where she feels unworthy of praise. She tries to displace the credit on the fact that her magic and grimoire hold the sum of what former queens accumulated, but the water spirit is like, hold up, you already had terrific power to begin with, and not everyone could inherit those powers. This princess is like the insecure protagonist of some other series like Shinji and to an extent Deku in the beginning of MHA. While some characters start out pretty confident like Asta and Luffy, some doubt whether they can really do what others expect of them. The princess is this latter kind of character, and she wonders if someone as clumsy and dull as her can really rule the Heart Kingdom. But remember that Asta's pretty dull in his own way, and Noelle was clumsy enough in the beginning, but they still managed to grow and kick butt by having the courage to not give up. We're all in the princess's boat sometimes, wondering if we're imposters and not good enough. In university, I could get A's in my classes and still feel like it's only a matter of time before my professors figure out that I don't know what I'm talking about. But then, during my master's, a very successful professor that I looked up to said that she also had imposter syndrome, and that blew my mind. I learned that most people have doubts about whether they're good enough or not, but the important thing is being brave enough to try anyways. That's the only way you can get better. And don't wait until you're ready, because here's the secret, you'll never feel ready. In Lolo's case, she adds that she is afraid of death as well. She was afraid of Vanica when she fought her, and then Vanica cursed her. As a result, she feels like she's a failure as a queen. Then, at the risk of being an even bigger failure, she reveals that she's scared and that she doesn't want to die. She cries, completely showing her vulnerable side. It's a negative spiral though, because she feels guilty about crying, since in her words, a princess shouldn't cry in public and shouldn't be worried about herself, but should worry about the kingdom. By the way, keep in mind that Nero, aka Swallowtail, is here too on Noelle's shoulders. And I think this is an important scene for us to get. We see people like Julius Novachrono, who seem perfect, like they were born to rule. They seem like they have no fear, and then we feel guilty if we feel fear and think we shouldn't. But characters like the princess remind us that it's normal to have fear and we shouldn't feel guilty about it. What's important is doing our best anyways despite the fear. Courage is not the absence of fear, but acting in spite of fear, which is why I feel that characters like Usopp, who feel tremendous fear, are in a way the bravest. Noelle and Mimosa comfort the princess and tell her that of course she can cry among friends, and that permission to cry means more to the princess than anything else could. Just remember what Mr. Miyagi says in Karate Kid. It's okay to lose to the opponent, but you must not lose to fear. This wise sensei is fully aware that it's normal for humans to feel fear, and you can even cry if you need to. The important thing is just not to let the fear stop you. You act in spite of the fear, and whatever happens, happens. So we come back to the present, and we now know about the secret conversation, and we know that Noelle and Mimosa are fighting for their friend, and that's why they're absolutely going to win. And man, that's touching AF. This is the power of friendship done right. In the meantime, Vanica has gone to 65%, approaching her max of 70% real quick. Before we know it, she's at the full 70% and announces that she's coming with all her power. She looks like a beast, and if a 1% difference shocked Noelle, we can only imagine what another 19% difference on top of that is like. Lolo screams out for Noelle, clearly worried, but bam, Noelle is not. She thinks to herself that that's what they've been waiting for. Clearly, this has all been part of the plan. We jump back to the past where the secret master plan to defeat an overpowered enemy was revealed. The plan was to make Vonica use up her power and draw on all the demon power she can use. Then they had a trump card ready for her, and that trump card was Nero, who, remember, was there when the princess opened up, so she's fighting for her friend too. She comes in with her post-time skip self in epic fashion and uses sealing magic eternal prison to seal the demon power, saying she won't let scum like Vonica take the world or her friend. And bam, that's the end of this epic, goosebump-inducing chapter. All along, this was part of Noelle's plan. She was not necessarily trying to beat Vonica, but was actually trying to draw out her full power so they could seal it. And if this is it for Magicula, I'd be cool with that because this came together beautifully. But of course, we might see the enemy get an upgrade too, since they sometimes do that as well. Either way, if Noelle's revenge is complete, or if it will be complete in a future chapter, it is sweet and satisfying AF. The overconfident maniac got beat at full power by characters who were scared, but did their best and came up with a great strategy to stop a more powerful opponent. This is one of my favorite chapters in a while, and I look forward to seeing how this ends. And let me know when you think we'll be seeing Asta and Yami again, because as much as I do love these girls, I'm also itching to see my Black Clover bros. If you did enjoy this chapter review and want to keep them coming, show Black Clover some love by smashing that like button. Let's see if we can get 4,000 likes on this one. If you haven't, be sure to subscribe, and this is crucial, hit that notification bell or you will miss future Black Clover reviews. Lastly, the YouTube ad rates have significantly dropped recently, so the help and support we're getting from our AnimeUproar patrons is now more important than ever. A very special thank you goes out to our patrons over on Patreon who help us survive these YouTube issues and who help make videos like this one possible. First and foremost, I want to thank the legend acknowledged by Lord Twigo himself, Efren A, and the 1-tier patrons, the ones who stand atop all clans: Steven Ingrata, Alola Anatem, The World, Steelers, Acquire Respect, Pate Hefa, Jonathan King, Desi D, Brandon Aviles, Papa Smurf, The School Bus, Emperor Otaku, and Richie Martinez. And our Pro Hero tier patrons, the one and only Gilgamesh, Nothing But a Fan, Jason Wilson, King Zeldris, Anatoly Kazatsky, Angel Cruz, Cricket XP, Joe Stanton, Barry Gucci, Alicia Actor, Jessica Kayla Fawn, Hinokami and Water, Bonnie Parks, Zodiar12, Rathuan Deora, Tien Huang, Cynical, Kraken, Volga77, and Deadly Saint. Thank you all so much. If you enjoy our work, you can support more of it by going over to patreon.com/AnimeUproar and becoming a patron today for as little as $1. If you do so, you'll get your name featured in future videos alongside these amazing people right here, and you'll even get access to our private patron-only Discord, where we talk about anime life and, of course, dank memes. So check out patreon.com/AnimeUproar, link in the description if you're interested. You can now join the YouTube channel and support more content that way if you prefer. Whichever way you choose to support us, you can get the same great benefits. Thanks again, and until next time, see you, Space Cowboys.